What's up, dudes? I'm outside just chilling. Do you know how many people on planet Earth are vegans and vegetarians? I'm saying this to the person. I feel like one of my hackers, or my hacker, might be vegan or vegetarian. And here's why. Because I had a cooking video a long time ago that I did. And I added beef bouillon to it and published it on YouTube. And then I rewatched it after it. And right when I added the beef bouillon, somebody had edited in a big fart, like shit noise. And my cooking, some of my cooking videos where I cook with meat seem to upset some people. So, like I've said before, I have a lot of friends who are vegan and vegetarian. They're cool people. Some people are cool, some people are assholes, like with any kind of people. But let's critically think here. Animal rights activists. Do you consider the human being an animal on planet Earth? Because it is. And the animal called the human being runs the best off of 4 major food groups, including dairy and animal protein. All the way up to ancient Egyptians, we have been eating red meat. Ancient Egyptians used to eat red meat called aurochs. It was the ancestor to modern cattle. And when our brains are developing, there's this very important time, kind of during toddler time, where it's really important that we get animal protein milk, goat milk, cow milk, any kind of milk like that that has animal protein, fat in it, because it sparks our brain neural pathways. So we have a lot of people who haven't been allowing their children to have, they put nut milk in their bottle or anything but actual milk. Yeah, that's not the same thing. So you know how many people on planet Earth are vegans and vegetarians? Like 20%. Something like that. 20% of the people on planet Earth identify as vegan or vegetarian. That means 80% of planet Earth eats meat. The number 1 meat, fish. Number 2 meat, chicken. So the 20% that identifies as vegan or vegetarian, out of that 20%, it's something like 94% of people of that 20% who identify as vegan or vegetarian say if they had a piece of meat in front of them, they would eat it up. 94% of them. Well, why do they identify as vegan or vegetarian? Because they can't afford meat, they don't have access to meat, or they're food oppressed by another vegan or vegetarian. Which means I want to eat meat, but my girlfriend, boyfriend, person friend will get really pissed off at me if I eat meat. So food oppression for sure is a thing. So if you've never wondered how, for example, the salmon is treated, the quality of life, anything like that, before you feed it to your fucking cat, but you won't give your kid what they need, you might have to rethink what you're doing. Because if you never thought about the animal food that your pets are eating that is animal protein, but you only flog humans for it, which are also animals on planet Earth, then there's a whole bunch of ego wrapped in there. Personally, I admire the commitment vegans and vegetarians have to their belief. I chose not to raise my children as vegan and vegetarian. They get all 4 food groups. But I don't make fun of people for their diet. I don't become exclusive like some people are. I think a lot of cliques can form off of people who are just like you, and you can surround yourself around people who are exactly like you, who eat the same as you, who think the same as you, who do everything the same as you. Because that seems like safe people where you tell yourself, these are good people, they think the same thing I think. There really is no room for enlightenment, though, when you're just hanging around other versions of yourself and everybody's just chest bumping each other. So, just some thoughts to think about. Passing judgment on other people over what they eat. People who say, I'm an animal rights activist, but will not help a human being because of their diet, and then turn around and feed their cat the exact same thing, but not their kid. Chickens have a default setting in them. I don't think anybody likes killing an animal to eat it. I think if you don't know, somebody might try to, if it's not for people food, maybe for pet food, try a new mission about humane killing of chickens, something like that. So if you take a chicken and you draw a line, I'm looking at my stump right here. I got this stump right here. If you take and draw a line right in front of a chicken, lay its head down and draw a line in front of it, it will hypnotize the chicken, and the chicken relaxes, and it's in just a hypnotic state, staring at the line. That's when you cut its head off. Then everybody is calm. The chicken is not flooded with any sort of fear, hormones, anything like that. That's why that's there. I'll find a video about, if you've never seen it, about how you can hypnotize a chicken with a line in the sand on your stump, whatever it is. A hunter might mean something or something like that. This is somebody who does respect animals, but they do eat them. So those two things can exist at the same time. All right. Well, there's the message. Yeah, not very many people on planet Earth are vegan or vegetarian. And I do admire the commitment, but I think a lot of vegans and vegetarians need to understand, I don't think this. It's a lofty goal to try to convince everybody to have an eating disorder, especially when you're allowing your cat or your dog or whatever to eat what they need. And we also have to remember, not everybody's vessels work the same. So a diet that might work for a vegan person or a vegetarian person, where they're like, why doesn't everybody eat like me? We have to understand our bodies, our vessels, are like cars. Some run on electricity, some run on diesel, some run on unleaded. Rick Rubin might mean something. Rick Rubin talks about this too. He also I tried to be a vegetarian for 8 months just to see what it was like. It was like 6 to 8 months. It was more towards 8. Okay, 68 might mean something. I had never felt, and I did it right. I had never had so much stomach aches, gut aches from all the fake meat, soy stuff I was eating. I had never had so much before when I did this. I was lethargic, depressed, just not doing well. I am clearly somebody who does need animal protein in my diet. And so some people might have just be used to feeling that way. There's also a really interesting video. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. It's just interesting to watch. It's like vegans trying meat for the first time. Vegans who've been vegan for a long time forgot what meat tastes like, and then they decide to do it. It's like you can see in their eyes, in like their reaction, that their life force is filling up. And it's interesting that they go through this the process, I guess you would say, where they act like they have failed a mission or something, or they're giving up. They don't want to like the meat. They've already got it in their head that they don't want to like it. And then it gets set down in front of them, and they try it. And it's like all of a sudden they remember, and they say, this is so fucking good. Why haven't I been eating? This is so fucking good. It's really interesting because you never hear like that side of it. You just only hear people who are trying to get people to be vegan or vegetarian, which technically is an eating disorder. Now, if you're vegan or vegetarian and you're like getting offended by me saying this, don't be offended. It's just critically thinking. I'm not like judging anybody. But there are some people who are food oppressing other people into the same lifestyle that they choose to have. And that's where it gets tricky. There's somebody who got in trouble for eating a burger or something. Yeah, that's food oppression and abuse is what that is. If you get the cold shoulder from your partner, spouse, person, friend, whatever, because you ate what you felt like you craved and needed, and it didn't fill their agenda, that's called food oppression. And people can bully other people that way. And it's a form of abuse that a lot of people don't talk about. It usually goes like this. My girlfriend's a vegan, so now I'm a vegan too. It just makes everybody's life easier if you don't piss her off. Yeah, that's sad. So, just for now, Like I said, I'm not judging anybody. I'm just talking critical truths. So I'll put those comments, and if it, like, yeah, and if the hacker seems to be watching, by the way, the trigger thumbs downer has hit. They thumbs down all the latest videos. The hacker who put the pooping noise in one of my videos, it was a video from a long time back. Just know you're the one who eats abnormally. And you have crossed too many boundaries into somebody else's professional work. So please comprehend this. 80% of the world eats meat. 20% about say they don't. Of that 20%, 90-something% of the people would eat, but they got someone like you in their life that's forcing them. Yeah, that's fucked up. To all the other people who are vegan and vegetarian that are cool, they say, I'll do me, you do you. Yeah, I admire the commitment. Alright, there's the message.